Today's video is about Seachem Purigen. It's going to be kind of a how-to and why guide to the Purigen Reactor. I'm going to start off and I'm going to read a little bit as to what Seachem say about Purigen. It's a microporous media that removes soluble and insoluble purities from the water. So basically that means that we have the mechanical and the chemical filtration going on in the sump. With that, there is still some small particles left in the water. We've taken most of it out, but we still have enough left in there that does leave open for ammonia, nitrate, nitrite to slowly build up in the tank. So what the Purigen does is the dissolved and undissolved organics that you actually can't see, it takes them out of the water and it binds them in the chemical, and then you can take the Purigen away, you can clean it, and basically it's rechargeable. So that's the why we use Purigen in an aquarium. Why I put it in a reactor. It does come in perfectly useful bags that you can put into the likes of your external filter. That forces water through it. I can see it being useful and working in that situation. When it's just thrown into a sump situation, it's very passive in its activity in there. There's only a very gentle flow of water through it, which is what makes a sump so good, but in my opinion reduces the contact time with all the Purigen with the aquarium water. So when you put it in the reactor and fluidize it, you're putting maximum amount of water through it and opening up the maximum surface area of each little particle to the most amount of water, allowing for the most effective removal of dissolved and undissolved organic particles that are left in the water. So now we're going to shoot over. I'm going to take the Purigen reactor out. I'm going to take the old media out. I'm going to fill it up and I'm going to put it back on, and I'm going to show it fluidizing. It's difficult enough to fluidize because it is so light, but we'll get into that in a couple of minutes in the next part. Purigen is completely spent. You see how dark it is in there. I have 3 new bags of Purigen, so I'm going to be replacing the Purigen with the new stuff and going about recharging the old stuff. It's the first time I've done this, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is with the reactor, unplug it, stop the water flow. Then these little elbows, I suppose, for want of a better word, they just pop off. As you can see here, I have a pair of tights, I suppose, over the end of the reactor. This catches all the very fine particles. It ran a little bit heavy at one point recently and it spat out quite a bit of the media, but still it has really good water flow going through it, so it still does as intended, along with the fluidized stuff within the media. Then the reactor is free to get changed. Okay, what I propose to do is, here's my 3 new bags of Purigen. So I'm literally going to open these bags. These come in small welded mesh bags as well. And I am just going to cut the end off. I'm going to pour it in. Bag 3 going in, and experience, I suppose this has lasted me 3 months, 4 months in an aquarium. Looking good, up to 6 months where you're going, is that getting a bit too dark to be happy with? But that's as simple as that with replacing the old safe. Back in with the 3 sponges. As I say, only reason there's 3 sponges is to try and stop the lighter stuff coming out. But as I say, I've had limited success with that. But there we go. There's our 3 sponges in. So back on with our reactor lid. Now, that's back in, ready to go back into place. That elbow fits back on, and it is actually an H2 Ocean in Fluidized Reactor. It says FMR75, so I assume that's the actual model of it. So that's our safe back in. So now what I'm going to do is, this time I'm going to use one of the old bags to zip tie it, cable tie it to it. So the Purigen, some of it is incredibly light, and the slightest little flow will send some of it out through it. But it'll keep having a good amount of water flow in here through it. So I still think, whereas maybe not quite as immersed in water as it is in here, it will still have a huge amount of flow through it in the bag as well. So we'll have the larger particles fluidized, which is about 70% of it, but there will be kind of 20, 25, 30% will end up in the end of the bag. So I'm going to zip tie, cable tie the bag to it. Shouldn't slip for neatness up off the end of that. Pop that back on. So we should be good to go apart from that. Excellent. That's that. And so this is it all recharged. I have the correct inflow because the pump is supposed to go down through the middle tube and then push up through and fluidize. That flow there is only on a tiny, tiny amount now, so that's rightly turned down. So I suppose for showing purposes, that's how much the pump puts out. And with a little check valve, that's how much I want going through to start off with, because once the water starts flowing through, it is going to kick up like hell and all end up out. Might even turn it down a little bit more. So there's just the tiniest flow on that, and then I'll be able to turn it up as I go along. So there's that. It's a really handy way of system of working. These elbows do give out, but they're only €2 or €3 and they offer replacement parts. Have a little piece of plastic that sits behind here, so the thing is nicely vertical. So let's give this a go. Let's see what happens. That's water slowly going into the system. Probably too slow, I don't care. I'd rather too slow than too fast, and it all to shoot out through. It's starting to move. It is very light media, so it only needs the tiniest amount of flow, and if we could have it kind of comfortably stopping about there would be my plan for it. It's a really nice colour at the moment. Yeah, I'm happy with that right at that point. As this starts to get heavier, filled with dirt, I'll need to keep adjusting it to keep the fluidization happening. But as that's brand new Purigen, it's flowing really nicely. I think part 2 of the video is going to be recharging the old Purigen. I don't think I'm going to. It was going to be 1-part video, but I think I'll make it a 2-part video. Well, this is the Purigen Reactor now after about 3 weeks since I set it up again. You can see how brown the media has gone and the way it's settled down. it's, as it takes the, I suppose, the dissolved organic particles from the water, it gets a little bit heavier, so it's not quite as fluidized, but it still has really nice movement in it. I'll move you in closer there. I think you can see it that there's really good movement in it. The heaviest stuff is moving well at the bottom, and then this stuff is just staying in suspension the whole time. So I'm really happy with how that went. It's working well as part of my entire filtration system. It is only one small part of the much larger system. You wouldn't depend on something like this, but when you're trying to do everything else as best you can, this is a nice little add-on that certainly does take the tiny stuff out that you don't even necessarily see. Anyway, thanks guys. If you enjoyed that video and you got anything from it, like, subscribe, follow my channel. There's all sorts of things coming up like this, little projects like this, that I'll be getting along with, and obviously following the growth of my discus as they mature. Thanks guys.